This conference will now be recorded.
Angie, would you like to do the roll call for us today?
Sure.
Thank you.
We have Commissioner Dennis Hill,
Here.
Commissioner Dinah McLean,
Here.
Commissioner Jeremy Smith,
Here.
and Commissioner Stephanie
Clark.
I'm sorry, I have a Jennifer
Jennifer
Clark.
Holday.
And Commissioner Paul Jones.
Here. Okay. We'll move on to the approval of the meeting minutes. I didn't see anything I had opposed in the minutes, but you had a chance to review them or need a moment to look over them now. And we'll look for a motion to either approve or amend.
I move we approve minutes.
I'll second.
Can I abstain?
Absolutely, you can abstain. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. All in favor to approve the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain?
One,
One or two?
two.
All right,
And
motion
you need
passes.
quorum, so three.
Yeah,
Okay,
three.
We can pass it.
We've got it. All right.
Okay.
Moving on to public comment. I don't have anything. I don't know. Angie, do we have any public comment tonight in writing or anybody online to?
No, we do have Celeste Monroe online if she has any comments, but I don't have anything in writing.
Can you send her a message?
I did send a message earlier on.
About the comments, the public comment.
Yep. Is she not on?
I don't know if she's on or not. I've tried, and she can raise her hand if she
Okay,
would like
so
to.
with no
Okay.
public comment being made, we'll go ahead and close the public comment section. Item on the agenda is the hearing tonight. Please phone is. Public hearing for annual updates to the comprehensive plan with a staff report.
Yes.
Turn that over to Brian.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you and good evening, Planning Commission. Buenos noches from Puerto Rico here. This update to the city's capital facilities plan is being processed as a part of the annual comprehensive plan update. Just a reminder, you can only update the city's comprehensive plan once per year. Obviously, we're in the throes of the major update, the periodic update next year. So this year's update is pretty minor in scope, and it includes the adoption of the 2024 Parks, Recreation, and Open Space Plan that Planning Commission reviewed and recommended for approval back in April. And since then, we also found that there's a need to make a little bit of a tweak to our transportation capital facilities plan as well to change their classification of Fifth Street as it extends through the new future downtown west of Pacific Highway. Currently, this roadway is not a classified roadway, but it will be the main access point or one of the main access points into the downtown expansion that is currently being envisioned through the sub-area plan and planned action area process. So typically a change like this would come along with the adoption of the sub-area plan. However, in this specific case, we have applied for some federal funds to make improvements to Fifth Street and its utilities. And in order to be eligible for these federal funds, the roadway has to be a classified, at least as a minor collector, and that classification has to be done here by the end of this month. So we're kind of squeezing this one in here a little bit of a last minute change, and we appreciate your understanding on that. So currently Fifth Street with the last capital facilities plan update was classified as a minor collector on the east side of Pacific Highway. So this revision will simply extend that classification on Fifth Street and then to the north as Fifth Street extends up through the downtown sub-area and where it connects with Golden Eagle Drive. We also envision as a part of this project including traffic calming provisions to limit the vehicle speeds and limit vehicle volumes that are heading out to the north on Golden Eagle Drive through that neighborhood. I think in your application or excuse me, in your packet, you should have a map that kind of shows exactly what we're talking about here. And at this point, I will open it up for any questions that the Planning Commission may have before we open this for a public hearing.
Let's see the map. Let me look and see. Is that different here then?
Look at the one on page 16.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
Or is it
That.
13.
Which diagram?
Oh, that one's probably not.
Isn't it the, is it figure 3?
this thing? Okay.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have some redlining or something to know what was.
It's just basically a reclassification of a road.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a
Grand
single road.
Road
Angie, if you can
exists,
maybe
just
scroll
reclassified
down
name.
in this
Not changing the
document, like,
road.
and
All right, yeah, no, I get that.
So I think it's the
until we get
map
down
on
to the
page
map.
Further
here.
19 of the packet.
I think that's it right there, isn't it? I can't see.
This
Okay,
one.
what
Yeah,
page is that
it's
on?
small for
Page
me.
19 of
Let me-
42.
Thank you. Page 19.
Keep
That's it.
going. There should be one with different colors. Keep going.
So my
I
only
think it's
question about that
down
diagram.
a little
is if it's
farther. A little farther.
Changing it,
To a mi-
what was the name?
to a minor
That's
collector.
Minor collector, but how come it doesn't show it to the right as well then? Farther to the right.
Well,
We're just going to Aspen, we're not going past Aspen.
Is that it? Brian, go down further.
will this work?
1 sec. I'm gonna pull it up on my side, and I'll tell you what page to pull up there real quick here. Sorry.
That's okay.
Go to page 19. See what's on 19.
I don't know if
It says that's page 30 or 34.
That's this figure
Ah.
8, it's figure 3.
Figure 3, I think, is.
There's nothing
I
on
don't
19.
know why it.
Is this going to be?
It should be page 11.
No.
Page 11.
I don't
No, as
know
a
if
matter of
it's
fact, it's
on
gonna be
your.
able to create the.
I don't know. It
It's gonna
might.
create a better road for better
Down there.
because we'll be able to get federal funding for it. Versus
There we
just
go.
a
There you
small
go.
road right now. It's gonna increase the road width and requirements.
Is it the red one?
No, so
Figure
the
three.
change,
Oh.
the only change to this classification map, so the right basically dead center of the map, the sort of light green line west of Pacific Highway. Right now, it's just a
Use your mouse and
unclassified
point it
road, so it just shows as a gray road. So we're changing that
Which one is-
classification to a minor
Middle
arterial
green
to
one.
match the
Down.
Down.
roadway on the
Like that.
opposite side of Pacific Highway. Right there, exactly. And the solid line is where Fifth Street currently exists, and then the dashed line is the sort of the future extension up to the north that's being planned as a part of the sub area plan.
Oh, okay. The dotted line doesn't exist right now.
Thanks, Brian. Is there any questions that anybody has for Brian or a discussion before we look for a motion to either approve or deny this?
No. Be clear.
I was just curious, how come it didn't extend past Aspen the other way?
I don't know if you.
It currently is classified between Pacific Highway and Aspen as a minor collector in the 2019 CFP. So we're just adding on the side opposite side of Pacific Highway there, west of Pacific Highway, to that same classification level.
And just so you know, for Aspen, because it's a bypass for trucks for WashDOT coming out the freeway, we talked today about that we're going to try to get that road reclassified because then we can get WashDOT funding more funding to be able to fix Aspen as well. So we were talking about that, but we can't get it reclassified till next year because Washat has all the road reclassifications closed right now. So that'll be coming up to you in another year, next year for that, so we can get some funding for
Would
that.
that also include 10th,
Yeah.
16/10th as well?
No, I think it's just Aspen. Aspen's the one where they turn right on the roundabout and then go up Aspen, the trucks.
Yeah,
And
but then they go left
You
on
have,
town.
you have to turn left on 10th.
Yeah.
That's all beat up as well. That's all
Yeah,
beat up as well.
I'll have to look at that and see what it is, but I know they definitely said Aspen was one of the roads that they mentioned. So I'll look at that whole route and
Yeah,
bring that up to them.
Yeah,
And then that goes back up to the main road, right?
Pacific
Yeah,
Highway,
okay.
yeah.
it does.
Okay. So then it would probably be both of those roads.
Yeah.
If it's the bypass, yes.
And another comment about that, but I'll send you an email about it.
Okay,
That's like, let's go with that.
with this being a public hearing, would now then be the time to open this up for any kind of public comment? Let's
Yes.
go ahead and do that. I did see some kind of
There's a
message
hand
came
raised,
from
right?
Celeste while we were talking. I didn't catch the message, but there's a message sent.
How do you do
Go
that?
to the messages.
You actually expand it, you're gonna have to reduce it down so you can see where they're at. Let's see here.
Hi,
Right
this
there
is
was-
Celeste.
Okay. Hi, Celeste.
Hi.
We can hear you.
I didn't really have any questions. I mean, this doesn't impact our area. We were just more curious about the details of it, which is why we signed in tonight.
Thank you.
When Aspen gets reclassified, we will be more curious about that motion.
And the reclassification for that next year is only so we can obtain funding. Otherwise, it's all on the citizens to upgrade that road based on the citizens' funds, based on the heavy truck traffic. So if you just want to do it out of your own coffer, you leave it the way it is. If you want to get funding on it, you reclassify it from the feds.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, any other public comment out there? Angie?
It doesn't look like.
Doesn't look like it.
No.
So we'll close the public comment. So we've considered this amendment, and I think that city staff's looking for a motion from the planning commission to recommend this on to city council for adoption.
Do we have that written out anywhere? Is that motion?
A motion to approve the amendment as presented by staff, the Transportation Capital Facilities Plan for adoption to the city council.
I motion to approve.
Okay. Motion and seconded. We'll go ahead and take a vote. I believe all 5 commissioners are voting commissioners tonight, correct? Yeah. So
As I know, you're not an alternate, right?
No, she's new.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the new girl.
Yeah,
Good.
you can vote.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
Angie, could we do a roll call vote on that, or should I just go ahead and
Just go ahead.
just raise of hands?
What's the roll?
Well, just say their name.
There we go.
Commissioner Dennis Hill,
Yes.
Commissioner Diana McLean,
Yes.
Commissioner Jeremy Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Stephanie Clark, yes. Commissioner Paul Jones.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion passes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
motion
name
passes.
tag. I should have
All right,
put a name tag. I'll remember it.
We'll have them on the desk.
Okay. I think that Brian, does that
Yes,
just
thank you
about-
very much.
Good to see you, Brian.
Enjoy your vacation.
Yes, good to see you all as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Life is a vacation.
Enjoy Puerto Rico.
Dodge the storm.
I don't think Puerto Rico got hit by the storm.
No, I know. When I saw those storms coming, I did have to take a look.
Okay, and that was the only amendment to the capital facilities plan, so nothing else to discuss there. And we move on to unfinished business, which I don't believe we have anything.
I don't think so.
It looks like we have new business. Planning Commission review comments.
And I might have should have put that under the new business.
Did you?
We're supposed to appoint a new planning commission chair. That's what I was asked. So, yes.
Okay, yeah, if staff would like to see that, we can work on that tonight as well.
Oh, actually, I was looking into, oh no, I guess that's only if the chair was missing. I was looking at the roles of the planning commission earlier, but anyway, since we don't, because Commissioner El-Kashari was resigned, then you were the vice chair,
Vice chair.
right? So now we want to vote on the
Vice chair and I'm secretary, which is, we've all been secretaries at one time or another.
Uh-huh.
Very little bit of duty.
But what does the
I never
secretary
did
do?
get my shorthand down, so.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't see any right. Uh-huh.
I like-
Dictation, you know.
Exactly.
So do we have someone, does someone want to nominate a chair
I think we're all
or
pretty.
self-nominate?
Well, I'd be open if anybody's in, but again, I don't need to be, but I'd be open to taking the chair. But
I'm open to it too.
You're the chair right now?
No, he's
well,
vice
he's
chair.
acting,
Vice chair.
he's vice chair. Yes.
Acting as chair.
Yeah, he's the chief right now.
Chair,
Are you
do
open
wanna
to
be
chair?
You know, I'm open to whatever the Planning Commission would prefer most as a group. And I am limited with time a little bit for communicating with staff, single dad, business owner, not retired by any means. So it
You will
can
be
be a
soon.
bit more challenging for me in regards to preparing anything for an agenda or anything like that, communicating with staff.
I don't think
More
the
challenging.
chair does that. Angie does all that.
Oh, there's some communication on what's the upcoming agenda. Do we have it posted and all that fun stuff?
Yeah.
Stephanie, are you interested in
No,
it?
I have a
Or
lot to.
Commissioner
I just have a lot to
Clark,
learn about being on.
And I
Commissioner Jones,
Yeah.
are you interested?
I feel like I'm still learning
Yeah.
the ropes of, I've been here 2 years, but it's still
Yeah.
pretty new.
Do you want to do it? Or do you want me to do it?
Well,
You've
I'm
been
open-
on it.
I'm open.
You
to
have
it.
been on it
Yeah,
before,
I'm open
right?
to it.
I have done it before, so I'd be willing to
Okay.
do it again.
That way,
Support me.
everybody stays in their same positions as
Oh, yeah.
vice and
Secretary.
as secretary. And so I nominate Dinah McLean to serve as the chair.
Do we have a second?
I second it.
All right.
Yeah, or do you,
So
but
we've
I guess I think we're open for anybody. Whoever.
Yeah.
Motion and a second.
That
Sure.
has been made, so.
So all in
Well,
favor?
Awkward silence is killing.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Thank you both. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None? And abstained? No? So the motion passes for new chair, Dinah McLean.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dinah.
And then, so for the rest of the positions, I think we don't have to do any kind of motion then, right?
Not to my knowledge.
Not that I know. So
Okay.
if somebody wants to take secretary,
No backing out now.
I'll
it's a
help.
tough job.
Yeah, I know.
Commissioner Smith, you're the you're the chair for today, so.
Hey,
Finish the meeting up.
I'm so easy on things that we can do however you guys want.
Go ahead.
As far as moving through the agenda reports, I don't believe that we have anything there.
No.
2.10, Planning Commissioner and alternate comment. I suppose we can go around the table for that. Commissioner Clark, did you have a comment tonight? Thank you. Commissioner Jones?
No.
Yeah. Commissioner Hill?
Just, being a part of this, being here and present for this previous meeting, a little concerned that there's some disconnects of what's going on
Yeah,
on this advisory group with
That
what
would be-
we've had discussions and planning commission. So I think that needs to get worked on outside of our meeting. Needs to get worked on so make sure we're in sync, moving down the same path
Because we're not even close.
So
Yeah.
I guess I need an example.
Yeah.
I need an example what you're talking about.
Well, just the various high density, low density homes where in the city and such. And we've had, some discussion on that.
You might want to be a little clearer. Like, so for the comprehensive plan, you guys were
Yeah,
talking about.
part of the comprehensive plan talked about the location of where we were recommending high density housing to seek to be done in throughout the overall plan, and also related to part of that comprehensive plan talked about the levels of accessibility of housing in the various economic groups, which it seemed to me like high density was supposed to be translated more into more affordable housing versus the high density
High end,
Unaffordable.
yeah.
unaffordable housing. Yeah, and so it just seems like it sounds like a great plan that he has, that Steve had the idea and some people actually ready to do something that, but are we coordinating together what's the plan and how does that impact what the 20-year plan is supposed to be? And
Right.
that's the example of the.
So, and we're talking about the meeting that we just had before into what's now. So I had a private meeting with them, as you saw in my office, and I think that a lot of the information may not have been provided to WSP. And so I'm going to have a meeting with WSP, and they have to go by what our comprehensive plan says. You can't go outside the comprehensive plan.
Right.
That's the way it works, unless you revise it the following year. So I'm going to work with them, and we're going to talk about and we talked about in the office as far as you have to have benefit for the community, and you can have financial benefit as well. But you can't just be all about me, I'm making $1 million. It has to be a benefit to the community as well. And because you, as a developer, put an actual impact on the community from the amount of vehicles that you bring into the community, and the amount of people that you bring into the community, and the amount of wear and tear you put on the parks and the sewer system and everything else. And you can't expect the community to pay for that. And that's what I was sharing with them in my office. So you have to give back to the community. Now, do you want to give back to the community and build a 4-lane road all the way from the roundabout up at the intersection down to where your people are coming in? Could you want to put that, $15 million on your project? No, the answer is no. So what are you going to do to the community? Because now they're going to go out for grants and get this in different phases, and their dollars plus the dollars that you're bringing in are going to pay for that widening of that road. So what are you going to give back to the community for part of their dollars that are going in? So I had that conversation with them in there, kind of explained that to them, and they are very receptive to that, and they understand that. And so we have some ideas, that we're going to push around, and they're going to bring something back to, I'm going to give it to WSP, and we'll bring something back to you. And I think it'll be more in line with what the comprehensive plan looks like and what they're looking for as well, so everybody benefits. So, but I don't think that, I didn't see anything from what they presented. And I've only sat in 2 of their meetings since I've been hired. And so everything that I've seen in there and what I've been hearing on the outside hasn't been presented by them. So I think they just need a little direction, and they needed a starting point. And I think since this was only their second meeting or third meeting, yeah, so their third meeting. So now that they have their third meeting, we have more people that showed up. Now we can give that feedback to them, and then when we have the next meeting, maybe see some changes. So
Thanks, Tracy.
yeah, I just want to make sure that I understood what you're saying.
Follow up on that too, Dennis, when you're done. I think that if I understand kind of what Dennis is expressing is, at least my impression, at our last meeting, we were on the comp plan with WSP, with Alec, and
it's a different group through WSP.
different group, of course. So we've been working with them for many years, right? We've all been around here doing this for many years. And so I think that the disappointment comes where you imagine that we're paying consultant fees for somebody to be developing something that doesn't match what we've just recommended to City Council for our
and they're both of the same company
plan. And so that's kind of the
and
wonderful
effort.
people.
Yeah.
What I wish I would ask Scott and Jody, which I think would have been a good question to clarify all that, is this high density in addition to what we've recommended on the other side of town up by the freeway, or is this replacing it? And I think that would have cleared up a lot of the confusion there too, but I didn't have the
sometimes you think about things afterwards. And so one of the conversations Angie and I have had, and I've had it with Brian as well, is where's our involvement as a city being with them, and who's kind of guiding them down the path. And so, you know, how we as a city need to be more involved in that. And so we've had that conversation, and we're working on that.
Good. Good.
Good. Any comments, Commissioner McLean, Chair McLean?
No, I don't have any for today. Thank you.
Yeah. I would just say, welcome back,
Thank you.
Welcome.
McLean,
Thank you.
and welcome.
You're welcome.
I need a cheat sheet. I need an orientation. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a foreign language class right now. Looking at all of this, like, what is happening?
I'm just beginning.
I think many of us started as an alternate,
Yeah.
kind of got to sit in the background a little bit. I did have a question about the alternates. We're recruiting for alternates, or are we?
Not right now. Do we need to?
Typically, we've had 2 alternates. I'm just curious about it.
I know we had a hard time filling 2 positions.
Yeah,
That were
100%.
here. So if we want to recruit for alternates, or if you guys have anybody that you know that would be a good alternate, let me know. You know, but
Thank you.
we can put that out there if that's what you guys want to do.
It does come in handy sometimes when we're short a quorum.
Yeah.
I'm
I agree
glad
with
to
that.
see, because I know, I'm not sure I'm going to be around in August, or if we're going to talk about that when August is.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a little.
Does your term end in August?
No, it's not ending in August, and I'll still be around, but I just know vacation. I mean, plans.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I'm not sure.
We all have.
Okay. So I will talk to Tom about that. We'll see if we can't get that on the website.
So I'm glad to see.
Thanks.
Go for
I
it.
don't
don't
think
think
guys
it's a
have any
bad
I'll catch
idea.
up. I can fake it till I make it. I've done it my whole life, so.
Yeah.
You will.
I think it's traditionally how we've always done things,
Yeah.
whether or not we have to continue, you know. Those.
Yeah.
So we're all volunteers here, though, right?
Right.
So
Yes, I am. No.
Yeah.
It's not just necessarily have a quorum. It's also the fact of bringing people in to give them an opportunity to see what this is all about.
Right.
And they really want to be a part of this, and then being a part of it and learning as we go along. And,
Right.
and at some point, maybe filling in an empty slot, because none of us know for sure where
Sure.
it's
before
headed.
they commit. And if they do stick around, the nice thing is it's more community input, because that's really what we're here to, is represent
Yeah.
citizens from different aspects, right? We all kind of maybe live or work or do something different, have different groups a lot of times in the city that we bring those opinions
Right.
together. So
Yeah.
excellent.
Which also, maybe if I can jump in other comment or something related to this community action committee or whatever, or is that something that we should participate in as plan commission, or is that, because we were here today, or is that just happened to be when it was?
It just happened to be when it was, and I think it was good that it happened to be that way, so you guys could see what was going on.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too, because I felt like I actually learned a lot more.
Yeah.
In that setting than I.
Yeah, no, I appreciated being here for that too.
So and you guys are welcome to come to any of them. That's fine.
Yeah.
So, and I think it would be good so you can see some of the changes that will be at the next one, and hopefully we'll be.
Would
Yeah, can you
would
email us
Would you
next time?
notify us on
Yeah.
that somewhere?
Yeah,
Kathy?
yeah.
Somehow?
That'd
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to remember that the intent of the meeting is for educating you, and it's not a planning commission meeting. So just
Right.
remember that when you go to it,
Yeah.
because we're at a timeline
Right.
that they have to present. And so the good thing is when you come to the next meeting, you'll be able to see what they've changed based on feedback. So it's always good to have feedback. But then they're supposed to work their magic. Supposed to.
We keep it short and sweet with the feedback, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Like if you have a genuine concern as far as traffic coming into town or pedestrian paths or whatever, we want to do that. But we have to remember it's not a planning commission meeting. As long as you
Right.
have that, you're
We can't
good.
do quorum, we can't discuss
Right.
whether we're for or against.
Well, that's the other
No,
thing
you
that
don't.
I've heard about. Even, I mean, is that possible? Because are we supposed to even meet
Yeah, if
if you have more than
more than
if
three.
you have more than 2 people from the planning commission?
You
I mean-
can't. That's what I'm saying. You have to be there as a citizen. You can't be there as a planning commission.
Right.
Oh, so we can be citizens.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's what I'm saying. You got to make sure you're there acting as a citizen and not as the planning commission. So you can give comments.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Mhm.
If there's no more comment, discussion of our next regular agenda and work session.
When is that? When is the next one?
August 13th?
August 13th.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know, I might have something that just so you guys know that I'll be bringing to you. We're looking at a sign ordinance change. I don't have to bring it to Planning Commission, but I'm going to bring it to you to educate you guys. And that's about the roundabout area up top where people are coming in, where we're going to put that roundabout over where the Shell station is.
Mhm.
So we're thinking about putting in a sign for the city to educate people like welcome to La Center.
Yeah.
And so we changed the setback requirements from 500 feet to 50 feet so we can have a sign right there by the Shell. So that's probably going to come to you guys just to educate you on it and what I'm doing. So it's not a requirement, but I want to make sure that anything that I do that I bring to you so you guys kind of know what's going on. So if you guys come to a council meeting, you'll kind of know what's going on. So
May I ask a question about that?
yeah.
In the intergovernmental agreement with the tribe, when it first was brought in.
And this isn't for about the tribe. This is about the Shell. They don't own the tribe. The tribe doesn't own that piece of property.
I'm not talking about Joe Tanner or Don Rhodes'
Okay, right.
property or Minute Management, but what I was going to say was when we made the agreement with the tribe and the existing roundabout,
Mhm.
part of the negotiations was they were funding this sign that it sounds like you're talking about for the new roundabout. That sign was intended to be in that roundabout and funded by the tribe. It was one of the obligations in the agreement that they were going to do for us.
They were going to, Brian, can you talk about that? Because I don't remember there being anything about a sign in the roundabout. I know there was a sign on the outside, but Brian,
Yeah, so I think in the previous IGA with the tribe, and I think it was carried forward in the new IGA as well, if I'm remembering correctly, there's going to be signs within the roundabouts themselves that they were working with the tribe on, but this would be sort of a separate sign that's outside the roundabout as you start to turn into the center on the center road. And it would sort of be a similar concept, but I think a little larger scale to like the paddle wheel sign as you come into town, right
Wheeler
across
sign, yeah.
the Phoenix. We can program different messages on it and get word out about events, or if there's an emergency. One of the reasons this came up was the fire a couple of years ago, and when the city was under evacuation order, we really would want to have a sign out at the freeway so we can tell people, hey, don't come down into town, that we're under evacuation order or something like that. But in addition to emergency purposes, this would just be for events and getting the word out about city and city partner events like that. So it's sort of two separate things. The sign actually, I think, has been in the budget for the last 3 or 4 years, but there hasn't really been consensus until recently on where it was going to go and exactly what it was going to look like. And so this corner right there by the Minute Management property seems to be sort of the leading location at this point.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so to decipher, there'll be a sign in the roundabout itself that says, welcome to La Center. And then there'll be a message board sign like at the street where it has electric, digital messages that'll be up there, which is what we're talking about.
Because I thought at one point they had talked about having welcome to historical center and then having like signs about the casinos, and I thought WashDOT also had kind of some restrictions about where
they do within 150 feet of the
yeah.
So
well, I had put that big sign. Let's take it down.
where are you working at? What sign did you put up?
We put up a sign that said historical center, turn right downtown. There at the Spitzer property at the junction.
Okay.
It was up there for a while until WashDOT had us take it down.
It was a rogue sign, I have a feeling.
But anyways, that's great to have a
Yeah.
presence up there.
Yeah.
It sounds like a nice sign. I was just when you said in the roundabout, I thought, well, boy,
No, I meant by the roundabout.
we
Not,
not ought to spend the
yeah.
money putting one in the roundabout when
No,
the
no,
tribe's
no.
putting one in the first roundabout for us.
yeah, I meant to say at the roundabout, where that roundabout's going in.
The roundabout heading south on 5 and getting off the freeway, supposed to be a sign there as well. So when you came off the freeway, it said, welcome to the center. And,
In the roundabout there.
In the
That's the one I'm
roundabout.
talking about, the
Yeah.
tribe funded sign.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen it yet. I was wondering if it's still a
Do
thing.
you know about that, Brian?
I think that those roundabout signs were contemplated or discussed in the revised IGA. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think originally there was some disagreement on like what exactly the signs would say and tribe versus city. But I think there was some some additional consensus and discussion on that went in with the new IGA.
Brian, do you have access to that where we can pull that up so we can report that at the next meeting? Because we'll make that from new business to old business so we can discuss it and see what was said so we can give a resolution to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, so we can add that to the next agenda.
All right, great. Any other discussion of the next agenda or work session? Is there a work session?
Not
I don't
that I'm
believe
aware
so.
of. Mm-mm.
Any other agenda items that we should be aware of?
Regular meeting attendance on 8/3, 8/13. I had heard some discussion of moving the meetings forward a bit earlier. Is that still
Still 5:30, isn't it?
5:30 rather than 6:30?
That is our.
Yeah, 5:30. Yeah.
We started that a couple months ago.
No, did we do it at 5? The last
We did
meeting?
at 5:30.
5:30. I couldn't remember if we did it at 5 or 5:30.
I didn't know if that was permanent or not. I shut the doors to my business around 5 o'clock, so
Okay, so 5:30.
as long as I could show up with my hat on and my work clothes every
You
time.
can show up as long as
no
you can
problem.
talk and you can walk.
And generally it's the second Tuesday of the month, is that right?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
I think
But-
we're available on the 13th.
We want to
I'll
meet
let
up
you
here
know.
or we want to meet downstairs?
No, we'll meet downstairs. We met up here just because the AC's out downstairs.
You know, I personally, but I personally like this format better.
Yeah.
I mean,
It feels less.
it's seeing each other, being across from each other. We got table to work on here. We can spread things out.
I don't know if we want you up here. I'm just giving you a bad
But
time.
I mean,
We
this
can
is,
do this. We can.
but
do
again,
this.
the only downside of that is
Public.
if we do have public,
Yeah.
public coming, there's no real, there's place for them to sit up here too, but
Yeah.
we don't usually have.
It's hard for us to see people if they're standing outside, if the door's locked or whatever. So
Yeah, well,
that's why we have it down there.
Yeah.
But if I tell you what, if nobody shows up or whatever, I mean, I don't mind moving up here. It's convenient for me to
Anybody
move
else
at my
like
office.
this format better or not?
I'm indifferent to it.
Okay,
Yeah, I can do
Right.
that.
I'm gonna stay indifferent for a while.
okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for attendance at the next meeting, I plan to attend. I believe that I can. Commissioner Clark, do you think you can attend there? Yeah, Jones?
Unfortunately, I can't.
No Jones at the next meeting?
I
Okay.
don't think so.
I believe I can, yeah. So August.
You got it.
Commissioner McLean intending to be
I
there?
have to double check. I'll
Mhm.
let you know.
Get an idea, Angie?
Okay.
All right. And then from there, it looks like adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Oh,
We should look at our rules of procedure for the planning commission because it says in there that the meeting time should be 7 p.m. So can we add that to the agenda to adjust that?
yeah, we used to meet later to allow people to get off work, have something to eat, and then come to the meeting.
And when they're all relaxed and in their pajamas, then get up and go to a meeting.
Yeah.
I think 6:30 was the middle ground there that we had determined.
It's probably better for staff too. So.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
Thank you, you guys.
Yeah.
We'll
thank
get
you
stuff
very
out. We'll get stuff posted on the website and we'll let you know when that next meeting is so you guys can join.
Jeremy, thanks for holding down the fort.
Yeah.
Maybe I can join
Got it.
remote.
You can always join.
Thanks
So
for
we'll see
welcoming
where
me.
we're at. but I know
Absolutely.
we're at
Yeah,
down.
absolutely.
We're glad to have a full house.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, I like having a full house.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
It's a good
I
idea.
feedback.
Well, it's good for the city too. I think it's good.
See you, Steve.
Yeah.
Take care. Yeah. Good to see you.
Thank you for
Steve.
coming.
No problem. See ya.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Nice to meet you. Yep.